Hey everyone, Rick here, and welcome back to brick number 2 of this unboxing of Icons of the Realms Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We got a case. We are already done with brick number 1. I'd say the haul from brick 1 was absolutely fantastic. So what am I looking forward to coming up? I honestly can't. I did take a look at the character list. The figure list, but I can't remember exactly what were some of the things that I really want. Duplicates, I would want more hags. I want a coven of hags. I want more of these thugs. I want just more of any of these kind of people that, you know, could be generic enough to have a bunch of them and not look crazy out of place. All right. This is brick number 2. Pack number 1. Again, this is 4 figures per pack, 1 large, 4 small. I'm sorry, 3 small. What do we got in this one? Brand new, right out of the box. Holy cow, look at this guy. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. What is this? This is Otto. So that is obviously, I would assume, a name, an official, actual, like, name of this guy, not just like a species name or something, but that just looks awesome. It almost has a butterfly quality to it, but still looks really awesome. Again, all these are pre-painted right out of the box. Is how it looks, obviously. So that is figure number 1. Awesome. I'm loving that. What a fantastic start. Okay, next up we have another named person. This is Caresta Delvingstone. All right, Caresta. She is delving. She is delving for stones. She is clad in all black, which is not a bad way to delve, honestly, if you want to remain inconspicuous. Fantastic work on the face, honestly. Come on and focus on that. Please, please, because her eyes look good. She has actually she has like a tattoo. It is so absolutely tiny in real life, but it looks like a seahorse, doesn't it? Can you kind of see it there? I thought it was like painted of her hair kind of swooping down a little bit, but I think that's supposed to be a tattoo of a seahorse. That is very cool. That is very intricate. Man, that's fantastic. But she looks awesome. That is Caresta Delvingstone. Again, forgive me if I mispronounce any of this. I know the backstory of none of these people, but I absolutely love pre-painted fantasy figures. We have another flying sword. Awesome enough, because if you have 1 flying sword, you might as well have 2, honestly. All right, next up we have a human paladin of the Oath of Vengeance. That was one of the first figures we pulled out of brick number 1. And this is what I'm talking about, that I would not mind having duplicates of these guys because they just look kind of generic enough, really awesome enough. You could have multiples of those as a guard force, or, you know, little patrol. That's so sweet. We are through pack 1 of brick number 2. So why don't we take a look at pack 2 of brick 2 and see what else we've got. We have another Beholder zombie, which, gosh, if you have 1 Beholder zombie coming at you and you finally dispatch with it, and then a second one comes up next to fight you, oh gosh, that is just absolutely grotesque. Looks like he's decaying. Oh, he is slimy, and that is just too awesome. All right, next up we have another flying sword. We are coming up with a core of flying swords. I know a bunch of crows is called a murder of crows, right? So what is a bunch of flying swords? Okay, we have another Revenant, another one of these guys, which is generic looking enough where you could definitely have multiples of them. They kind of look like they're probably all in a cult together. Again, swooping cape, stylish hairdo. He is ready for any adventure that might await him, especially one that requires fancy dress. All right, next up, ooh, look at this guy. This guy looks amazing. What is he? He is an archmage. Very cool. That is what I'm talking about. Look at that staff and look at the brightly colored robes. I'd like to think that if I was an archmage, I would be at least half as stylish as this guy. He's holding out his hand. He looks like he's Moses parting the Red Sea. That is too awesome. All right. Wow, we are already done with pack 2. Let's move on then to pack number 3 of brick number 2 of Icons of the Realms, Dungeons and Dragons, Waterdeep, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Holy cow, it is a death tyrant. Tyrants aren't enough. Death tyrants is where it's at. I mean, what kind of a tyrant are you if you're not a death tyrant? Some kind of mystical energy surrounding him with these red orbs similar to his eye and just like a floating skull. A gigantic floating skull. That is very cool. Very cool indeed. Next up, we have another little tiny thing. Is this another intellect devourer? It is. All right. Another intellect devourer, another little guy. Kind of like, as I mentioned in the last video, kind of looks like a brain with 4 limbs, but it may not be a brain. I can't really tell. But you don't want one of these, crawling up your pant leg. Okay. Perfect. Folks, look. What did I say? I wanted more of these. The Behur Hags. Oh, awesome. We are getting our Hag Coven on. It is on, folks, because look at these limbs. Look at these lengthy limbs. Man, she could play tennis. It is awesome. Look at that staff. Again, just kind of the grimy, gringy robes. And she is happy as heck. Oh my gosh, she just went to Disney World. Next up, we have the final figure of pack number 3. Awesome! Yes, it is a thug. Here we go. Our thug army is coming together. Look at this guy. Very cool. I love it. So now our thug leader has another thug to come along with him. That is just too cool. Nice cape. As you can see, they are similar figures, just with different weapons. And it looks like a slightly different pose with the arms as well. Awesome. More of those, please. Wow. All right. We are approaching the halfway point. This is going swimmingly. All right. Here we go with pack number 4. Oh my gosh. We got another one of these I can't stress to you how heavy this is. I would not want to drop this on my wood table. It is gigantic. Another Goristro. I'll have to look up, some of these that I'm unfamiliar with to find out what is the story with this guy. Look at these claws. Oh my gosh, they are sharp to the touch. And he is ferocious and absolutely gigantic. All right, let me get some of this out of the way because we are looking at our next figure, which looks like another tiefling. Yes, another tiefling battlemaster. I am just loving this because they look like soldiers, right? Yes, give me more of those. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I love it. Oh my goodness, I live for this. Okay, next up we have another veteran. Awesome. Because again, you can have a patrol of veterans. They look awesome. And just the way, the painting is done actually gives them a slightly different look. Like the sword here looks a little more gritty than the sword over here. So when you got a bunch of these and you only need one, you can kind of dig through your collection and find the one that kind of fits the situation. So again, that is awesome. That is a veteran. Last figure halfway through. What is this? This is a new figure. Oh my gosh, look. It is a berserker, but it is a different berserker. Look at this. Is that a female? Like a female berserker? Look at, she is pissed. And look at that gigantic axe. Whoops, sorry. Huge axe. Here is the other berserker. So you have a pair of these. They come down from the mountains with their gigantic axes. That is so cool. The axes are slightly different colored. The outfits are the same, but just different colored. And of course, the heads are different. That is so cool. Okay, we are halfway done and making fantastic time. So here we go. Pack number 5 of brick. Number 2, Dungeons and Dragons, pre-painted miniatures. As soon as I saw that this set was being released, I ran to my friendly local game store and said, give me a case. All right. Because what is more ferocious than 1 Froghemoth? 2 Froghemoths. Look how big and chunky these guys are. They are absolutely grotesque. I mean, you get 2 of them close together and their tongues get all tangled up. Anyway, we have a Flind, another Flind. Why was it in the Pathfinder Rusty Dragon Inn unboxing I seemed to do a lot of complaining about, specialized characters. But in this one, for some reason, I'm feeling like I'm okay with multiples of almost all of these because they are, you could have like a pack of these guys or a horde of these guys coming at you. I love it. Next up, another little guy. It is another jellyfish. Just kidding. It is a Flumph. We have, what the heck was this guy called? A Flind. So we have a Flumph and a Flind with a flail. So yeah, the old Flumph and Flind with the flail came into the tavern the other day. But look at this. I love the little beady eyes. Love the translucent detailing on this thing. That is just too cool. Next up we have our Barbarian Berserker Horde is growing at a fantastic rate because yes indeed folks, another Berserker, and he looks just as pissed as the last 2. Alright, next up we have pack number 6 of 8. Almost done with brick number 2. So when you think about it, there's 32 packs here, 4 figures per pack. That is, 128 figures? That is just a lot of pre-painted figures. And we have another one of these. I'd love to know what the heck this guy is. This torso makes it look like a big beetle. It looks like it has grasshopper legs. It looks like it has a scorpion stinger. It looks like it has a gorilla head and a gigantic sword. So these Muriels are just an amalgamation of all sorts of terrifying things. Because yes, grasshoppers are terrifying. Okay, here's one we have not seen yet. This is a piercer. See, I actually really do like things like this because this just adds to your adventure. So this thing, I would assume, is stuck to the top of a cavern or a dungeon, and it is ready to drop straight down on you. Look at that red beady eye, like it's watching you come down the passage. You think that it is a stalactite, but no, it has other intentions. This is the stalactite of your nightmares. All right, next up we have a grung, another adorable little grung. Please tell me these guys are actually friendly and not like a ferocious little mini frog tribe that kills you in your sleep, because they are so cute. You can have a whole bunch of these little guys. They look like they're best friends. Little fist bump. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. All right, next up, last figure of pack number 6 is another Tiefling Battlemaster, which means, oh yes, Our army of the Crimson Shield is coming together quite nicely. These guys are all prepared for battle and charging at you. Love it. Love them. All right, we are on to... I feel like I'm the Count from Sesame Street when I keep calling out what number pack this is. This is pack number 7. Okay. Okay, I think this was the very first Big Fig that we pulled in the very first pack of brick number 1. It is a Behir. What were those hags called? See, I can't pronounce these. Behir. Behir and Behir. All right, but this is a Behir. Can you imagine riding on the back of one of these guys? Look at that. It is absolutely terrifying. All those clawed limbs, lengthy, grotesque body, horns, vicious face, and fangs. That is very cool. I don't know if this just does justice to how big this guy actually is. You can imagine how long he is when he is actually like full on all, what would that be, 10 limbs. All right, next up we have, I recognize this one. This is the Elf Cleric of the Grave, I believe. Yes, and the printing on the bottom of this one is definitely more discernible than this one, where it was a little, the grave part was a little messy. But we can now confirm it is the Elf Cleric, not just any Elf Cleric, the Elf Cleric of the Grave, with all sorts of macabre artifacts adorning their outfit. And of course, the guitar of the grave. Very cool. All right, next up, do we recognize this? Who is this? I don't think I know this one. This may be a new one. This is a human storm sorcerer. All right, very cool. Now, what I actually love about this figure is it is generic and plain enough that you could use this as like an NPC, village folk, town folk, a peasant, maybe a noble lord, and he's just playing with slime. You know, that's a popular thing these days. Elmer's glue slime. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what this guy's doing. Or he could be conjuring a tornado to wipe out the entire town. One of the two. Either way. It's your game. Play it how you want to play it. All right, last up for pack number 7 is another ooze, right? Yes. Not just any ooze. Not a brown ooze or a black ooze. This is the dreaded gray ooze. And I'm sure those of you who actually know anything about this are probably saying, Rick, the gray ooze is so yesterday. It's all about the blue ooze. Well, sorry, I don't know my ooze, okay? This is my first experience with ooze, and so far the gray is the only one I know about. So that is the gray ooze. All right, folks, we are into the last pack. This is pack number 8 of brick number 2. What do we got? I'm pretty sure there are still several more figures in this line that I have not seen. Oh, but we do have one that I am loving. Look at this. Minotaur Skeleton. Because what did I say in video number 1? Having multiples of these guys is A-okay too, because of just how cool it would be. Come on and focus. To have these guys coming at you. That's awesome. To have variety in your dungeon with all these pre-painted miniatures, I just love it. And we have another Gnome Inquisitive. Our Gnome Detective Agency just doubled in size. Outfitted identically. Excellent. Little gnomes. Speaking of little things, we have another Tressym. Another little Tressym. Just a common garden variety Tressym. Here's my other one. couple of those wandering around. I don't know. They could be absolutely ferocious and rip my throat out, but they look like something you'd see on a farm. So let's see if we can find more of those as time goes on. But in the meantime, our barbarian horde, that's what I want to know. Which is going to come up with more... because so far we have, what, 3 of these tiefling battle masters looking cool as heck. And then we have... Where did all my barbarians go? Am I blind? Oh, here we go. I know I have another one. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Because I just want to do this, because this is what we're going to be looking at in the upcoming videos. Because this one's over, folks. Done with pack number 8, but so far our tiefling soldiers are outnumbered by 1 so far. The barbarian horde is now at 4 strong, and they are looking aggressive as heck. All right. So we still have 2 bricks left. Thank you all so much for watching. Join me for brick number 3. Go watch brick number 1 if you haven't already. Thank you all. I will see you shortly.